In today's video, we are going to learn about preparation of glucose, D and L configuration, and also about how to write the structure of fructose. Okay, shall we start? So, coming to preparation of glucose. Now, this glucose is the most abundant organic compound on the earth, and it is monomer of many large carbohydrates which are available. So, if you break down the carbohydrates, example rice and all those things as I had quoted earlier, if you go for hydrolysis of them, you end up with what? Glucose. So it is said to be the most abundant, most highly available monosaccharide on the earth is glucose. Now how do I prepare glucose? Glucose is also called as aldohexose, and it is also called dextrose because it is dextrorotatory. Okay, so sucrose, as we had studied earlier, is a disaccharide. So sucrose on hydrolysis, breaking in presence of water. Hydrolysis, sucrose on hydrolysis in acidic medium and in alcoholic solution will break down to give you a molecule of glucose and a molecule of fructose. So fructose, how can we prepare fructose? Again by acid hydrolysis of sucrose will give you fructose also. And since their molecular mass is different, they can be separated very easily. And we can also prepare glucose from starch, and this is commercially used. Means industrially, in industries they make use of starch to prepare glucose. Now why they are using starch and why not sucrose? We know that starch is a polysaccharide. So polysaccharide will have large number of monosaccharide units. So if you go for hydrolysis of starch, you end up with large number of monosaccharide units. That is, you end up with large number of glucose units. Therefore it is commercially preferred. Whereas in this case you end up with only one glucose molecule from one sucrose. From one molecule of starch, you get n number of molecules of glucose. So how do I convert starch into glucose? By again acid hydrolysis. You are going to break it in presence of an acid. It can be dilute HCl. And here, since starch is a heavy molecule, you need to increase the temperature and increase the pressure so that the reaction takes place faster. You already know that if you want to increase the rate of reaction, you have to increase the temperature as well as pressure. So starch on acid hydrolysis at high temperature and pressure will give you n number of glucose molecules, and this is commercially preferred method. We will now learn D and L configuration. So whenever I am quoting or talking about glucose and fructose, we keep saying D glucose, L glucose and all those things. What do you mean by D and L configuration? Okay, so the D and L configuration are written before the name of the carbohydrate. What are these? We will try to understand. The D and L notations before the name of any carbohydrate does not relate to optical activity. It means it is not talking about the optical activity of the molecule. What do you mean by optical activity? Whenever a chiral molecule is through a chiral molecule, if I pass our monochromatic light, it either turns towards right or left. If it turns towards right, we call it as dextrorotatory, and if it moves towards left, it is called as levorotatory. Here D and L notation does not talk about what? The optical activity. Then what does it talk about? Okay, the meaning of D and L is explained below. The letters D and L refer to their relation with isomers of glyceraldehyde. Here we are trying to compare the structure of our monosaccharides with that of isomers of glyceraldehyde. What are isomers? They have same molecular formula, different structural formula. So glyceraldehyde has two structural formulas. Now here you can see that The two enantiomeric forms of glyceraldehyde are, what are enantiomers? They are non-superimposable mirror images of each other. So I have written two forms of glyceraldehyde here. So how many carbon atom glyceraldehyde has? 1, center 1, 2, and this is 3. So here also 1, 2 and 3. What is the difference between this form and this form? Here OH is on the right hand side. Here OH is on the left side. Right? So these are isomers. They are also mirror images, hence they are enantiomers of each other. So I have written here isomers of glyceraldehyde. You are going to compare all the monosaccharides with these two structures. Now why do they compare? Earlier only people thought that these were the available monosaccharide units, but later on they came to know that there are n number. So by default they started comparing them with glyceraldehyde molecules, and hence D and L forms have come. So what is D form? If OH is on the right side of the structure, then it is called as D form. If OH is on the left side of the molecule, then it is called as L form. Now this glyceraldehyde molecule is dextrorotatory, this glyceride is levorotatory. But when they started comparing rest other molecule with these, they need not be dextro or levorotatory. So that has to be found out using what? Using polarimeter only, experimentally determined. So just by comparing we are assigning D and L forms. Okay. Now once again, if OH is on the right side of glyceraldehyde molecule, it is D form. If OH is on the left side, it is L form. Now I will show you how to assign D and L configuration to these four molecules. Now OH is on the right side, therefore it is D form. OH, I think I should write it on the other side. So this should be L form. I have made correction here. Done. Okay. OH is on the right side, D form. OH is on the left side, L form. Now I want to assign D and L configuration for this particular molecule. What you have to do? Number the carbon atoms. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Now, which is the highest numbered chiral carbon atom? So highest numbered carbon is this. Is it chiral? No, because it has 2 hydrogen atoms. And now take this fifth one. So this is the highest numbered chiral carbon. This part of the molecule is A, B, C and D. All these four are different. So this part, this carbon is highest numbered chiral carbon atom. Okay. So you are going to compare this part. Take this, compare it with D form. If it matches, then this is D form. If it does not match, it should be L. So I am just going to take this H, OH is on the right side, place it here. Is it matching? Yes. So here also OH is on right hand side, here also it is right hand side, therefore it is D form. Now if I take this molecule, first what should I do? Number the carbon atoms. Okay, I have numbered. Now highest numbered chiral carbon atom, should it be 4th or 5th? It should be 4th. You understood why? Because a chiral carbon atom is one to which 4 different groups are attached. This is one group, second, third and fourth. So this is the required chiral carbon. So compare it with this one. Does it match? No. On right hand side, here you have H, whereas in D form you have OH. So what it should be? It is matching with the other one. So it is L form. Look at this. Highest numbered chiral carbon. Right? So it should be D form. OH on the right hand side. Highest numbered chiral carbon atom is this. Correct? So again OH is on the right hand side. D form. Now you may ask me, ma'am, how do I come to know whether it is dextrorotatory or levorotatory? For that I said you are going to pass these molecules through what? Polarimeter. Now this particular molecule can either turn towards right or it can turn towards left. So there are two forms of this molecule. If it turns towards right, I will call it as a dextrorotatory, showing the sign positive, and if it turns towards left, I am going to use the sign minus. So this molecule can either turn towards right or towards left. Therefore, after this D configuration, they either write plus or sometimes they also write minus. Usually all carbohydrates are positive. They are dextrorotatory. Hence the name of glucose is dextrose. Understood? So how do you identify whether the molecule is a dextro or levorotatory? By passing it through which instrument? Polarimeter. As earlier I had told earlier, it is experimentally determined. If it turns towards right hand side, it is shown by plus sign or small letter D. If it turns towards left hand side, it is shown by minus sign, small letter L. So this molecule can turn, if I pass this molecule, imagine it is passed through polarimeter, it is turning towards left side. What will you write? You have assigned D position based on position of OH. Now I am saying if you use polarimeter, it is moving towards left side. So what should I write? D minus. This molecule, I am saying it is showing right hand rotation. So show right plus. This molecule is showing right side position, I mean movement. So it is positive sign. Understood? So coming to fructose, fructose is fruit sugar. It is levorotatory. So how do you show the sign? Minus sign. And it belongs to D series. Okay. So what is molecular formula of fructose? Very similar to that of glucose, C6H12O6. What is the functional group in fructose? Ketonic group, C double bond O group. Therefore it is called as ketose sugar. And where is this ketonic group present? On the second carbon atom. Out of the 6 carbon atoms, it is attached to second carbon atom. If it is attached to third carbon atom, then it will not be called as fructose. Okay. It belongs to D series and it is levorotatory. How do you identify that it is a D series? By comparing it with what? Very good. Glyceraldehyde. And how do you know that it is levorotatory? Experimentally. Which instrument you are going to use? Polarimeter. And how it is obtained? By acid hydrolysis of sucrose molecule, as I had already told. Now I'll teach you how to write the structure of fructose. So you have to again draw a ladder here. 1, 2, 3 and fourth one will have both the steps here only. Okay. So first and the last carbon atom will be CH2OH. CH2OH. So this you can write. And what was the prayer I had taught you? OH, OH, H. And what should you write here? On second carbon atom you have oxygen. So this is the structure of fructose. So if OH is here, write H. OH is here, write H here. H is here, write OH. Okay. So this is which structure? Open chain structure of fructose, or it is also called as Fischer projection formula. Right? Now, again there were objections for this structure when Fischer proposed. Therefore, they proposed another 2 cyclic structures for fructose. And this is furanose. Using furanase as the base, they propose furanose structure. So this is furan. Imagine this to be Kohinoor diamond. Okay, it is protected. It should be protected on either side. So I will write here the guards. So who are the guards? CH2OH on left hand side, CH2OH on the right hand side. And remember another prayer, that is OH, H, OH, H. They should alternate with each other. If H is here, write OH, OH is here, write H. So this is alpha fructose or alpha fructose. And what should be beta fructose? They should be written in reverse order. So write furan. Protection of Kohinoor diamond has to be done. CH2OH. But this guard has come down. CH2OH is below. What should be written here? OH. OH is here. So H, OH, H. OH is here, right? H. H is here, right? OH. So this is beta fructose. So there is change in the configuration of this particular carbon atom. So how many carbon atoms are here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. But it is a pentagon. So I want you to practice first, second and these three structures. Very, very important, and it will be asked for 2 marks under question number 36B. Okay, PUC 2. Thank you.